Right. Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the garden. Hello, Bob. Um, right, it's that time of the year. Time for a quick look around, a garden tour. I've normally done this early June, but just not got round to it this year because I like to do one early June and then one later in the year to see how everything's panned out for us. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice I have a new audio device, so I can walk miles away and you can still hear me. Can't we, Bob? Come here, mate. Right, so I'm not going to walk around the garden and name every plant. What we're going to do is just look at how everything's kind of working together, and in some cases not working together. I'm always open to feedback, so please leave a comment if you feel inclined. And then but also other areas, seating areas, pizza ovens, aviaries, pond construction sites. There's a lot going on. Before I do though, I just want to talk about how this garden's planted because, and I talk a lot to people about this. There's a lot of repetitive planting. So, for example, there's well over 30 Mahonia soft caress in this garden, but you wouldn't know it. They all kind of blend in. But yeah, we like to do that because I think sometimes in the kind of tropical jungle style type of gardening, there's a bit of a trend to sort of grow what's trendy or what you're supposed to grow. And if we did that, we'd just have too many one of everything. And I don't like that. So we like to keep a theme running through the beds. So there's a lot of Araliaceae, Colocasia, I already mentioned Mahonia. And I think this year we've also significantly increased the number of Pilea, for example, and Blechnum chilense. Had a bit of a problem with that, and we'll talk about that as we have a walk around the garden. But yeah, right, I've done enough talking, so let's take a look at the garden. So we might as well start at the beginning with the view that greets you as you walk through the big old gates. So I am just going to lock behind me before the chickens enter the garden. Right. Yeah, a little bit of a bamboo propagation area here. These are all the blue ones. So yeah, that's the view you get when you first enter the garden. Little seating area. Really like sitting here. I mean, you can imagine you just you sit in that corner there and you're just swallowed up in all that foliage. And the chickens are behind us in their huge bamboo forest. Yeah, it's a nice place to sit out here. One of the big KR bamboos there. My favourite Colocasia, Jalegongensis. And if you watched my videos last year, you'll know that the fence between us and the chickens is building site fencing, Harris fencing, which we sprayed black, which kind of just disappears there now. There's a bit of mist. We'll see that as we get further around. Patio area, recent addition, a couple of deck chairs. We've actually got 4 of these. I'm really pleased with this bed. It's just solid, full of plants. So remember that spot, and say if you've seen videos before, that's where our huge Hineba was. And this year we have just a regular unset Morellii, which is doing really well. It's just surrounded by all sorts there, lots of colocasias. Right, I am having a problem actually here. Schleffra Nova has decided it doesn't like it there. Not too sunny. There was four growing stems on this, growing points, well, you know, individual stems, and 3 of them have just stopped, and that is what is left. All the rest of the leaves are drooping. Not got a clue why. And if I swing round here, what's this? Scheffler Taiwaniana, and one of our biggest Scheffler Alpina there, which is now flowering again. Or Taiwaniana. And really, really big Scheffler, which I was talking to Nick Macer about last week, because I did get it off him. It's the one where he just put Nochapana on the label. Farfugiums have come back well this year. I do like them. Yeah, a better view of the bamboo forest the chickens live in from here. Yeah, another one of the KR plants. This has done really well this year. This is KR 7615. Barinda KR 7615. I have still got plants in pots knocking about waiting to be planted. So another Aspidistra picked up last week. So I have got a giant Barinda there, KR 5600, but it's actually not doing anything yet. So I don't know what's going on there. We've got to move the aviary along a little bit because it's just slightly in the wrong position, but we do have a resident, and this is Rita. Kind of looks like its head stuck on wrong. So I don't know what's going on there. He's been hanging around a while. Huge Tetrapanax there. I do like the name of this plant. Phytolacca laccaboom. Our biggest Scheffler Vei. I'm talking a little bit about this one recently as well, because this is one of them Schefflers that doesn't grow particularly tall, but it makes up for its height, its lack of height with width. And it is flowering again. Aurelia Oreo variegata, underplanted with lots of pink china. Might be some Jaeligongensis in there as well. So for a Taiwaniana, that is a seed-grown plant. I am going to do a video very shortly, the differences between seed-grown Taiwanianas and the micro-propagated one, and that's actually a micro-propagated one next to it. And they are doing quite well actually, because there's one in here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, that one there, it's taller than me now. Kangaroo apple, which is getting absolutely nibbled. They do so well in a season. So I planted this area up earlier this year, and there's lots of aspidistras in there. Can't see them at the moment though, but later on in the year and through winter they will keep the interest going with the scheffras. At the back there, really big tetrapanax right in front of Chosquea. Phylostachys, Castellonis bambozoides. You don't really get a good view of its actual size from this position, but as I move around the garden we'll take a look. There's another KR plant there as well. I'm having a lot of trouble with this one in this area. I think I'm going to take a division off it and see if it does better elsewhere in the garden, because I do get a lot of aborted culms. Get me handed like that one. This happens a lot with this one. So when I built these beds I did want to create a bamboo tunnel, and it has worked. Definitely worked. We've got to stop here and take a look at our podophyllum. I forgot which one it is now. Absolutely stunning plant. Pleanthum. There we go. Just bought another one as well. Oh, there's one of the aforementioned Monia soft caress. Absolutely spectacular. Berinda KR 7613. Check out the new culms on that. Absolutely amazing. So Aurelia elata, if I move back, you should be able to see the height of the main plant. I might have to change the mode on my gimbal to do this. But yeah, it's right up there. But it is running a little bit, and I'm going to have to make some decisions on what we're going to do with all this lot. There's Scheffer alpina in there and all kinds of stuff. And this here, move these out of the way, is Berinda solidus. Let me try and move. There we go. That is absolutely stunning, that. We'll get a better view of that from inside the gazebo in a minute. And then one of the disasters in the garden is that Semi-rundinaria fastuosa viridis at the back, which has just decided to give in. Yeah, I need to deal with that. So it's an odd area of the garden, this, because this is Tetrapanax steroidal giant, and it just gets cut back every year. And I've got it elsewhere in the garden and it's fine. I was quite pleased with myself yesterday because I started putting shingles on the roof of the gazebo to make it a little bit more waterproof so we can use it all year round. But the view from in here we really like. Berinda solidus I mentioned earlier. And on this side, one of our gunneras, probably our smallest, and just this huge wall of bamboo. Phygiesia scabrida and Phygiesia morelia on the other side. It is a nice place to sit. The grandkids love it too. So from here you can probably get a better idea of the sheer size of that Phylostachys. It's right up there, absolutely huge. So Blechnum chilense, it grows really, really well here. And I did plant some on the border we've just looked at. It really didn't like it over there, it's just too shady. But it's growing really well here. One thing that isn't doing so well is our Jubea chilense. Yeah, it's putting up new leaves, but it's really taking its time to sort of recover from the winter of 22-23. And I'm in two minds whether to keep it here or maybe dig it up and put something like, just put a Trachycarpus in, a Waggy or something like that. It's got quite a thick trunk on it though. But we'll see. Another Hineba there. So after losing that one last year, I already had a couple more anyway in reserve. Take a look at our little wildlife pond here, which links these two beds. We've got a little bit of work to do on this, because even though I tried my hardest to make sure it was level, it is when it rains, it is draining off on this side and it's getting a little bit muddy. So at first I thought I might put a land drain in there, dig it out, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm going to do is underneath that Indocalamus tessellatus, I'm going to sort of channel out on the sleeper and put a pipe in and make it drain into where the Hineba is, and that the bamboo there as well, which is Phygiesia demisogeri. So there's lots of Schefflers in this bed. You can see the dominance of the Pilea that I mentioned in the introduction. Really, really like that plant. Really easy to propagate as well. Yeah, I think this bed's worked really well this year. If I look at the overall effect of everything together on this side of the garden, it seems to come together quite well. Oh, you can't beat Berinda papyrifera. This is actually the KR plant, 3968. Got some nice culms this year. Next to our huge gunnera. Phylostachys vivax oreocalis. Will be better if I move back, just to give you an idea of the sheer size of it. It is pretty big. Yeah, some nice culms come up this year. Not as many as I wanted, not as many as I thought I'd get, but no, it's doing okay. You can see this year's culms because they're more lighter colour. Bottom of the garden seating area. Just get a touch warm down here. This Schefflera rhododendrifolia is growing quite well, getting quite big now. And Berinda papyrifera at the back of it. There are some other things going on in there as well. Euphorbia, and there's a couple of other KR plants. I think this year I'm going to take some of that Phygiesia nitida out there, because I've got two of them. I've got one there and there's one at the side of the tree. And I've got quite a few rare KR plants that I'd rather plant in those positions. Those Basjus weren't protected this year. There's another Hineba growing at a Slightly odd angle in that pot. And that bamboo at the back, that's also going to come out because that's Phylostachys sulcata spectabilis, and it's been very well behaved, but I think I've pushed my luck with that one. And this euphorbia, absolutely amazing. So this is, hopefully I'll get the name right, the John Phillips one. Is it X Pastorii, John Phillips X cross thing? You'll know which one I mean. It looks superb, that. Highly recommend that plant for any garden. Does grow quick though, and it grows quite big. So as I mentioned earlier, our pond area is still under construction, but you can see where we're going to have a planter there and a planter at the other end as well. And there is going to be a bamboo in there as well. Clump forming, Burinda KR7613 is going in there. But the pond will be between those two planters and made of concrete blocks with a window. The grandkids and the dogs are really going to enjoy that, aren't they? So I spent quite a bit of time digging away at our original Burinda papyrifera, which is actually looking a lot better now. Still got a little bit of work to do on it, but we have just started to plant this area, and I have put quite a few sort of bedding type plants in, and some pileas, and there's another Burinda papyrifera there as well. So those two plants will eventually dominate that area, along with the Burinda KR7613 on that corner. And if I swing round, this Burinda papyrifera here, you'd be surrounded by blue bamboos. So I recently planted this area, and it seems to have gone okay. The dominant plants here, although it's not really showing up at the moment, are Blechnum chilense and Pilea, and there's a Schleffera taiwaniana in there as well. There's another couple of Schlepferas in here, Taiwanianas at the back there, and a Schleffera nova, which is doing better than the other one. Yeah, I've just chucked a few other things in for the time being while it fills out. But yeah, the Blechnums are getting the feet in the ground now. Persicaria. I do like Blechnum chilense. It's a really, really nice plant. Our Musa basjus that we protected through last winter, looking great. And then if I swing round, you get the overall effect of this area. So this new bed I built earlier this year with Trachycarpus princeps at one end, looking absolutely magnificent. That is a stunning palm. And then Burinda papyrifera at the other end. At the moment it's surrounded by a few non-permanent residents such as Nicotiana glauca and Solanums and Sonchus. Because these were really cheap, these Sonchus, so I put 3 in this end of the bed. And I've got a Hiniba in there as well. I think we'll be using the planters at the either side of the pond to grow Hinibas as well. So I'm back stood on the patio now. I'm just going to sort of swing round and take a look at the entire garden. and the overall effect. A huge trachycarpus there. We've still got scaffolding up as well. We're trying to deal with that at the moment. Butea eriospafer, which is growing at a bit of an odd angle after getting a little bit stressed during that winter of 22-23, but it's doing okay. Misha zygomaris, I do like that plant, and there are lots of Shamrock's humilis in there. I don't know how many plants are in. I know they're getting quite big though, some of them are forming really nice trunks. Do you like the deck chairs, by the way? They're great. Good old traditional deck chair. And there are quite a few Brugmansias knocking about as well. Yeah, and we treated ourselves to a pizza oven, not used it yet. Another seating area. Another Berinda papyrifera there. Massive hosta. Brilliant that. Really, really impressed with that. And lots of things knocking about in pots on here which I've just not got around to planting yet. So that's it. That is our garden at the end of July 2025. I am going to do another video about the front garden because that's a whole different ball game. Very shady, and we've got quite a lot of just regular plants scattered amongst the big architectural plants like the gunneries and bamboos. But yeah, we'll take a look at that in another video. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheerio.